Hi, this is Danny Doyle. I am joined by Jacob, and you are watching my Fire Emblem Path of Radiance 0% growths run. We are partway through Chapter 16, which this is Oliver's mansion. I don't think we mentioned that last time, but we are invading the Memelord himself's mansion.
Oh, looks like we better go find him that's him on the throne, right? I mean, this is his mansion after all.
Maybe I loaded a randomizer by accident, because that's an armor knight, and I'm pretty sure Oliver's a bishop.
Yeah. I don't know, some weird things could have happened. Maybe he reclassed while we weren't looking.
Maybe. And they can both, okay. So what we'll do... I want to be careful of fucking Devdon's range as well.
I mean, there's no way...
He's not going to kill me, but I don't want to kill him by accident. Oh, you know what I could do, actually? You know what I could do?
Do you really
I'm gonna use a bow.
Do you really think someone in your army could one-round Devdon?
I know I'm too used to thinking about this in vanilla.
Yeah, I don't think he's, like, really good, but... Or he's not really good, but he's not really weak either.
Yeah, I guess the bigger concern is, like, conserving uses of the heavy spear, but also, like, who fucking cares, if we're being real.
Oh, we can break the door. I always forget that you can break doors in this game.
I mean, I think it's advisable just so that you don't have to pay Volk gold. I plan on doing it. I know that there are enemies in the top right treasure room, so I don't want to do it until I have a combat unit ready to hold the line there. Because otherwise, like, I would be sending Ike that way, but Ike is like... Oh,
yeah.
Ike is
I want to say...
lines. That's probably going to be Mordecai's job, TBH.
I want to say there's a Killer Lance guy in there.
Yeah, I lost Titania on an Iron Man to him.
Ooh.
So I'm pretty sure you're right about that.
Yeah, I just remember there's someone pretty scary up in there. It can't be a soldier. I'm pretty sure it's a halberdier with Killer Lance.
Yeah, I don't think there's actually any cavalry on this map, even though cavs can be indoors.
I think that's a pretty smart decision, gameplay-wise. It kind of makes sense to not have cavalry inside. I'm into all of Thracia's weird things that make a lot of people upset, but I actually really like forcing dismounting on indoor chapters. But then again, I also love fatigue, so what does my opinion matter?
Oh no, I just made a huge mistake.
Oh no! Volk rescue Ike.
I think he can, actually.
There we go. Ike's a small boy.
Problem solved.
This isn't Radiant Dawn yet.
I was just mindlessly putting people down because I was like, this doesn't matter. But then I remembered the mage that I was trying to be aware of.
Suddenly it does matter.
When playing a draft, I actually think this is a pretty good map to train someone from the mid-game on. If you, I mean, obviously, like, bonus experience is how you train people, but if you're playing, like, a no BXP run or a no BXP draft, oh, good, didn't waste any uses. Perfect. A couple of soldier reinforcements show up down here every few turns, starting on, like, turn 7 or something. Do you have anything worth stealing? It's equipped, okay.
Just his knife.
Oh, Leth, thanks.
Yeah, our Leth has temporarily expired.
And she'll be back. Leth will return in Avengers 3.
Uh-oh.
There we go. So we just got a new unit. We got Devdon. We can briefly talk about him. He does have a skill. It's not as exciting as Celerity, because it just, like, cuts biorhythm in half, which... but Defenses is good. And
I actually really like Serenity, because I hate it when biorhythm messes up my hit chances, so I actually love Serenity, because it just means biorhythm doesn't do anything, really.
Biorhythm is the funniest and dumbest mechanic. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before, either, like, when talking with you just in general or on the playthrough, but my favorite thing about Biorhythm is I'm actually pretty sure, yeah, they still do it. The Radiant Dawn speedrun uses, so the Herons have the ability to put someone's Biorhythm at max, and they use that ability on Ike on a specific turn, so that when, because in Radiant Dawn, Ike is actually a boss of a chapter. That's like a kill, well, it's a defend chapter, but you kill boss to end it faster when speedrunning, or just like if you don't like playing that chapter. So they use the Biorhythm thing to put Ike's Biorhythm to max on a specific turn, so that on the turn where you are attacking him for the boss kill, he has lowest Biorhythm, because you need to be able to hit 3 out of 4 Brave Hacks hits in order to kill him consistently. And lowest Biorhythm gives you like a 75% chance to do that, which like, it's not great, but it's what you need to do in order to like get record time. It's very funny. There's so many funny things about that speedrun. I could go on all day about them. I couldn't really go on all day about Devdon, though. He doesn't have too much. Like, he's got better combat stats than my Cavs, but he doesn't have Kanto. He's going to be a medium turn unit, possibly long term. Like, I like his stats, but not as much as Stefan. Better weapon type, though.
Yeah, I think Devdon will be okay midway on. I think he has just about the same speed as Kieran, but maybe a little bit less strength and a little bit less defense. He's just about right on par with them, so having another person who can do combat per se will be good. I pointed it out.
Target.
That's what I was about to point out. He might be a decent occult scroll target, because Luna will give him just a little bit extra firepower, and who else are we giving occult scrolls to?
Yeah, you can't sell them. I already used one on Leth just to like give me the roar ability, which I haven't used yet, but like, I like having the option. It's something that
yeah.
I can't think of any specific instance in which I'll use it, but like maybe on Mecha's Bridge to stop the wyverns that show up with Har, like roaring one of them and then killing the other one with the Brave Axe or something.
Potentially.
I don't know. I'm sure. I'm not sure, but like, it's nice to have the option. Anything that gives me an option that's not just like rely on a percentage chance to get a little bit of extra damage feels good. And then Devdon, like, he comes with 5 out of 25, so, like, Luna fits, and even if it didn't, Serenity's not a good enough skill to keep on. Yeah, do you have anything else to say?
The only other thing I can say is, since he's part of the soldier class line, you can use the Night Ward on him to beef up his speed a little bit in a vanilla run. So you can use that to give him a little bit of extra bulk while it's equipped, and it'll help buff up his speed growth a little bit. Otherwise, I think, as average as I think he is, I think Devdon is a wonderful example of a mid-game recruitment that's decent when he joins.
Yeah,
but then he's just...
him. And I didn't think about access to the Night Ward, but that's a good point in his favor. Like, I think I'd rather have it on Kieran, but who knows? Maybe he'll be wielding it at some point.
I'm thinking mostly for in vanilla, whenever you're just in the base bonus experiencing people, you can just bonus experience him up with the Night Ward equipped.
Sure.
But I think he's a good example. I think he is what a lot of mid-game recruitments are pretty good at being, just someone who joined midway through the game to help you out a little bit whenever he joins, and then he just kind of falls off to your growth later.
If he was in GBA Emblem, I feel like he would probably fit that role, but because Path of Radiance, bonus experience, like, your growth units are probably going to be outclassing him at this point. And even without BXP, like, I talk about BXP as far as snowballing, but, like, a lot of units are going to snowball without help from bonus experience.
He kind of reminds me of someone like Klein, Barter, Echidna, or someone like that in FE6, who's decent for the few chapters they join, but if you trained up your growth units, you'll have better odds.
Kind of reminds me of Danved, to be honest. Don't know why.
Yeah, I guess he kind of looks like him a little bit, but I mean, this guy has a heavy spear. I think Danvid has like a killer lance when he joins, so I think they're different people.
I'm also pretty sure I forgot to put any lances on. Yeah, I didn't put any lances on people. Even though like I've got a ton of people who can use lances. So he's sitting out this map because the heavy spear, like, it's a bad weapon. And it's a bad weapon that's like really you only use it if you want the effective damage because it's 18 uses. Like I don't think he can take on the boss, who's the only armor knight left.
Yeah. Do you think Moarum would be good in that rightmost room?
The treasure room?
Yeah. With the killer lance guy? Not Mordecai, Moarum.
Probably fine.
Maybe?
Oh, he drops a chest key.
21 attack on... What does Mordecai have right now?
16 defense, like... And
okay, that's better than I thought it was.
Like, if he doesn't kill a soldier on retaliation, the Myrmidon can't attack. Getting hit by the soldier and the archer, like... I don't think it's a huge deal.
I don't even think that Myrmidon would do damage to him, to be honest. Maybe
yeah,
I should.
his gauge
Maybe
is
I
like
should try.
17 or something absurd. Like, he's not untransforming anytime soon.
You know, for a first time seeing Moarum used, maybe I should give this guy a try eventually. I do like the idea of trying different units on a different playthrough. It's no fun to play through the game multiple times with the same people, unless it's FE4 and you're playing it with Sigurd, Rakasis, Finn, and people like that.
I mean, we were actually just talking about FE4 in, we were just talking about FE4 on another call earlier, and Mecha was saying that, like, and I agree that, like, because a couple of our friends were saying that they, like, don't like FE4. What's my bone rank? It's still E? It's still E.
Probably. I don't think... I think it's going to be a long while before you leave E-bows.
Yeah, I would love to get C for Laguz bows, but, like, just to take down ravens in that chapter. There's a couple of chapters that have ravens.
I think you're going to need, like, to severely dedicate your bow rank if you're ever going to reach that. I don't think at this rate you're going to be hitting C bows even by the end game.
No, I don't either. Which is a shame. Like, Laguz's bow can just be... I mean, all the bows can just be Joffrey's personal weapon then.
Oh, can't wait for Jeffrey!
Here.
But you were talking about...
No. I think she's probably actually valuable around here, just to, like, shove wrist, potentially.
I'm gonna say, could she shove Volk to get him closer to the thief?
Oh yeah, she could. Well,
or not thief.
Move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, one move actually does make a difference.
Sweet.
I mean, I could have. Oh no, I don't think I could shove him. Wait, 11. Wait, no. Oh no, I could have shoved him.
Okay.
But like, that means that I can dedicate this turn to breaking the door.
With the regal sword.
I mean, it's not going to waste a item that I can deal damage with. Can't deal damage to anyone with the regal sword because only I can use it.
But you were talking about FE4 earlier, and I think it'd be a crime to tease the viewer with.
Oh yeah, I mean, just like Modi was saying that, one of our friends was saying that, he, always got bored of moving all the units in FE4, which, like, don't use all the units. Like, use all the units in FE4 if you enjoy doing that, because you have all the available deployment slots. But if you feel like the game is too tedious, oh, it's a mend,
yep.
Not a heal. Is this one
yeah,
also
playing
mend?
FE4...
This one is also a mend.
Yeah, there's a lot of mend stuff.
If you feel that it's too tedious while moving all the units, which some people might not, like, some people enjoy that, and that's, like, perfectly valid. I
I can definitely see why a lot of people don't,
if
though.
It's not too valid. If you think it's too tedious, like if you ever start getting bored, just put some people in the castle. Nothing says that you have to deploy all of the units that you can deploy. I mean, in any game, but especially in FE4. You can still bench people just because there's no deployment limit. Doesn't change that.
It's the same deal with Shadows of Valencia and Gaiden, where you can deploy literally everyone, but if someone's going to be a liability, why deploy them?
Well, and in FE4, it's not just being a liability. Like, that's a very slow game. Moving everyone just makes it slower. If you're not having fun, instead of stopping playing, like, stop playing the specific way you're playing.
It's not
like,
the game's fault, you're just playing it wrong.
If you're not having fun because you don't like the mechanics of, like, pursuit and stuff, then by all means stop playing. But if you're not having fun because you're like, I have to move 20 units and they don't even get to do combat, well, like, leave those guys behind. And just move the people who do get to do combat. I believe this guy's gonna open the door and reveal some enemies.
I don't think any of them have any
enemy quote, blah, blah, blah. Oh no, I wasted a forge because I went too fast.
Also, I laughed earlier because I realized that Ike couldn't one-shot a door, and I thought that was really funny.
Maybe I'll give him the occult scroll just so I can show off the glitch. I think soul or ether. I don't know whether it's like ether or it's soul, and because of soul ether, if you trigger it on a door, it freezes the game.
Yeah, the glitch I've heard of is where if you use ether on a door, and if the first hit breaks the door, he'll just endlessly loop because the second attack will hit something with 0 HP and the game doesn't know what to do, so it'll just keep looping the ether animation.
Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
I've only heard about it. I've never tried to do it myself, but I definitely want to see it happen at some point.
I've heard about it as well, but I just don't remember the specifics. I mean, I feel like rather than trying to do it yourself, you could just Google it. Like, it's probably on YouTube somewhere. Everything's on YouTube somewhere.
Oh no, he got doubled. I have never seen those soldiers be an issue before.
I don't think they're an issue. I think that they're, again, like, if you're doing a no BXP draft, like, this is a good map to train people on, because those soldiers are really fucking weak. And you can leave, like, Gatri or Nephany or another, like, a unit who you want to train if you've drafted them and are using them, but is, like, not terribly strong. Because, like, look, it's 19 attack, 10 speed, like...
Who's Nephany?
Oh, I didn't even make a weapon after her. I was gonna say she's a lance, but she's not.
Doesn't kill.
Come on, Titania. Don't do this to me, girl.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think our Jagan is falling off. Hey, you could attack that person with Kieran with the bow now and try to get your C bows.
Oh, I can. And I can do the trait that I wanted to do.
Gamble!
You know what? Just for you.
Gamble, let's go! 4% crit! Oh. Should have forged hit onto the iron.
It's such a bad fucking stat. Or not stat, skill.
Bad because you didn't forge hit onto that iron bow. I almost thought you were about to leave Tormod and raise the boss.
Oh, I mean, I'm gonna test and then I'm gonna shove. That's what I'm gonna do.
Does Volt?
He fucking gets one shot. Yes,
not a full HP.
Why would I expect anything else? Okay, so
Does
I think what we
Volt
do...
Volt need to go, right?
I'm stealing the other man's.
Oh, okay. Do you not want him to go down to get those chests to hit the... Well, I guess you don't really need too much bonus experience anymore.
You say that, but as I've stated, can we shove weight of 7? Yes, okay. As I've stated, there's one other unit I'm going to use bonus experience on. And while I could get away with what I want to do, it would be better to have a lot.
I still can't figure out who this bonus experience target is. Because everyone I can think of, I don't think you get any more unpromoted units, so it has to be someone that you already have.
Maybe.
Unless you just want to level cap Largo for some reason.
I mean, if this were a DS Emblem game, you could argue, like, oh, maybe I'm trying to, like, get someone's level up for a level percentage skill. Or, I guess, no, that's SNES Emblem. That's, like, Pavai's in Genealogy.
Yeah, Pavai's in Genealogy is level percent. I thought there was a level percent skill. I think Sacred Stones Pierce is level percent.
Possibly?
It's either level or skill percent. I really think it's a level percent. Because I think Great Shield is level percent in Sacred Stones as well.
No! Attack Kieran! Let me build bow rank!
There we go, she missed. I
forgot about those guys.
Allow us to introduce ourselves. How's that bow rank doing?
I mean, I think E to D is pretty fast.
Maybe a potential arm scroll?
I'm not using an arm scroll on it. I don't think Laguzubo is worth it. Like, if I want it because it might give me some options that I don't have otherwise, in the same way that, like, I gave a cult to Leth because it might give me options that I don't have otherwise. D-axis, nice. There you go.
Thank you much.
And
Mordecai will
survive
slowly.
He'll be fine now.
Oh, look at that. He's being useful. Oh, you need to go get Stefan over by Mordecai so you can build support point.
Wait, what? Oh, I can build Thunder Rank.
You could. You could spend that L Thunder that you literally just purchased by doing 0 damage.
It's a very expensive tome too. But like, what else am I gonna do with it? I'll fucking build rank. It's like 2,000 fucking gold.
Hey mom, can I have a Thunder Tome? Oh, so you can attack Armor Knights? Sure.
No, so I can
actually build Thunder Rank like a boss.
I can tink fucking priests. Let's start moving towards the throne.
I mean, I've done that too. I've spent expensive weapons on just chipping enemies because I'm like, hey, I can build rank. There was one weapon in specific. What did I do that with? I think it was in a GBA game where I really wanted to build a rank.
Dark rank and Eclipse, maybe?
Well, Eclipse is bad. But I did do that before. I did that to Noel once, and I built up his Eclipse. I built up his Dark rank with Eclipse.
I killed the Demon King with Noel in my draft by getting him to S rank and not having effective damage, because of course you don't. Why would you?
I mean, who's using their Dark Mages to attack anyways?
Me.
Let the smite train begin. Everyone all aboard.
Deathdawn is being useful this chapter.
We can train Ike on that priest. Do you have any other chest keys, or do you just have to walk Volk all the way over there?
So I got the one that just dropped. I'm trying to think if I want to save it for Without a King. I probably want to save it either for Without a King or solo. There's some good stuff on both of those maps. I mentioned the second energy drop, and it's in a Without a King chest room that I would not open otherwise because it has reinforcements. I'm pretty sure it's only on Maniac mode that it has this actual literal siege tome in it that made me restart a chapter fucking 12 turns in Maniac mode. God damn it. But it's still obnoxious.
Yeah, I think you're better saving it for that, because if you don't, and you only want to deploy one thief, you're constantly having to fly Volk up and down the map. Especially if you want to get the bonus experience requirements in the vanilla run. You're constantly flying your Volk out of treasure room on the right, to the upper treasure room, to the left treasure room, to the other left treasure room, to the bottom treasure room. It can be fun to pull off, using, because by that point you have 3 flyers and you'd have all of your paladins, so it can be really fun to try to pull off, and you'd have your dancer. But it takes being very conscious with where you put your dancer, your flyers, because there's all that water in that chapter too.
Yeah, and that chapter also is another example of like the weird ledge mechanics in Path of Radiance that were refined and made better in Radiant Dawn, where like you can't attack at melee range if you're a flyer on the water against a person on the ground.
Doesn't
or
it...
some weird stuff like that.
I think it also affects who you can dance for. I think I tried to dance while Rayson was down in the water, and it wouldn't let me dance for someone up on the ledge.
I'm pretty sure you're right. I don't know exactly how it affects it, but I recall something weird happening with it.
I don't think intelligence systems knew how it affected it. But I appreciate they tried something new, though. Hey, look, it's 10, it's Medal of Honor.
Gimme.
Let her have it while she can.
She's not getting the boots. I debated, so I guess, like, while we're doing a bunch of waiting... Priests are really good for rank. While we're doing a bunch of waiting around, and just, like, gathering the chests and whatnot, I should talk about, like, more stat booster stuff, because we got the boots last chapter, which is, like, the most important stat booster of the game. We've mentioned...
This time from the last chapter.
I'm sorry?
I said, you mean this time we got the boots from last chapter.
Yes. This time we got the boots last chapter. So I am... I debated a bunch about who I was going to be giving the boots to, because in a vanilla playthrough, slap them on either Jill or Marcia, whichever flyer you value more at the time, as like a long-term unit. There we go. Stefan getting a little bit in danger zone.
Yeah, I usually end up throwing them on Jill just because, in case you haven't picked up on throughout this entire playthrough. Hi everyone, my name is Jacob and I like using Marcia in Path of Radiance.
So wait, you said you throw them on Jill though?
I use them on Marcia. Okay. I love giving them to Marcia.
I think I normally throw them on Marcia as well. Like I said, I think she's better because of availability. I think it's closer than a lot of people think, just because of like stat caps actually mattering in this game.
No, I think it is pretty close. I don't think it's a case of Marcia blowing Jill out of the water or something, but I just end up using Marcia more because by the time Jill is joined, I've already fed Marcia all of my angel robes.
Let's set up another rescue chain while we are...
There's no better ship in Fire Emblem than early game Pegasus Knight and early game Angel Robe.
Well, other than Fergus, Karen, Rapier.
I was about to follow up. Actually, Fergus x Karen x Rapier is my favorite ship in all of Fire Emblem.
There we go. Now I got staff rank and thunder rank. Gonna be so mad if he doubles.
Doubled.
I was gonna say that was the one thing I didn't check. I checked damage, I didn't check speed.
Oh wait, before you kill him,
yeah.
Or never mind. I was gonna ask what his attack speed was.
It doesn't matter.
I wanted to see how much attack speed did he have with the Thunder Tome, with the Elf Thunder Tome. Because he got that 2 strength from promotion. I think it would have been really funny if that 2 strength saved him from getting doubled.
Does strength affect tomes in this game? I know it doesn't in Radiant Dawn.
It does in this game. I know it's... Or at least, I know it does in It does in Shadow Dragon DS, and I believe it does in this game, because I think that's the reason Ileana has higher strength than Soren is, so you can say, oh, she has the higher strength, so she can use Thunder Tones without getting slowed down, or whatever.
I'm pretty sure she has higher strength so you can give her knives is the real reason.
Wait, hold up. Strength doesn't negate tome weight in Radiant Dawn?
Correct, it's dumb.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure.
Well,
I might be wrong. I'm pretty
sure. Otherwise, I've been calculating AS all wrong while playing Radiant Dawn.
I know that that's the case for some of the older games. Oh yeah, this is why I stole the staff before sending Wolf to the treasure rooms, because his inventory gets full. And like, yeah, I have Lagoos that I could, oopsies.
I know in Thracia, there's no way to negate tome weight. But if that's the case, then I've been doing my AS calculations wrong.
After beating this game, of Thracia, but I'm pretty sure that's the case in Radiant Dawn as well.
Yeah, after beating this game like 3 times or something, I still am working on my very first time playing Radiant Dawn.
I mean, you say that, but like, I also... So, Path of Radiance was my first Fire Emblem game, and then I actually own a physical copy of both Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, but it just took me forever to get around to playing Radiant Dawn. Because, I don't know, it just took a long time. After Path of Radiance, I think I didn't own Radiant Dawn initially. I think Path of Radiance was the only one I owned for a little bit. I bought Radiant Dawn in, like, undergrad. When it was, back when it was like $80, and I was like, I shouldn't have to pay this. And now, or no, it was like $60, and I was like, this is more money than I should have to pay for a game that's old.
Statements that age like milk.
But yeah, I played the GBA emblems, because I was able to emulate them, and then I actually played FE4, and I played a little bit of untranslated Thracia before playing.
Oh God!
Before finally playing Radiant Dawn, which is my favorite Fire Emblem game now. Do I have any more healing I can do with Tormod? I would like to get staff experience on both Riss and Tormod. Again, I want to reach C with Tormod, because having an extra restore user for Without a King is good. There's a number of sleep staves there. Nope.
No, I think...
But yeah,
I think what made
Radiant Dawn until, like, I think I played it before Awakening, which I also played very late, just so I didn't have a DS for a long time, or a 3DS. But it was probably the last game that came out before Awakening that I played, other than Thracia, because I gave up halfway through Thracia because of the poor translation before the current one.
God bless the Shia patch.
I know. Thracia is, Thracia and Radiant Dawn, like, battle back and forth for spots as my favorite, but I think pretty solidly, at this point, I think I've decided that Radiant Dawn is my favorite. It just does a lot of things. I like them both because they do things that other Fire Emblem games don't do.
Like fatigue and forced dismounting.
Yeah, fatigue, forced dismounting, weird situations where you just, like, have specific units and have to deal with it. And in Radiant Dawn,
with
that's
100
with the
crit.
Armies. In Thracia, that's with, like, I mean, Chapter 4, some of the early game stuff is like that, but then also you get chapters like, I'm trying not to spoil things for Thracia, because I know it's not a commonly played game, and I think playing it blind is... I played it blind, and I fucking loved it. I missed so much, and it was just amazing. But there's a few chapters in Thracia where the units you deploy start on one side of the map, and there's an objective on the other side of the map protected by a scrub squad, and you have to simultaneously rush to help them with your units who are, like, trained and good, and see how long you can hold out with the scrub squad. Just, like, that sort of stuff is very fun to me. Feels a lot like Brigid, Tiltu, and Claude's joining in FE4 as well. Like, I love that sort of stuff. But that's it for Chapter 16. Do you have any final thoughts for us, Jacob?
Oh, I am very excited for the next series of chapters. I love the Chapter 17 Serenus Forest arc, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how you're going to tackle this.
You've been gushing about it forever. I already have a plan for 2 of the 4 parts. Chapter 17 is a 4-part chapter. I have a plan for 2 of the 4 parts, a pretty detailed one that involves promoted Marcia.
Yeah, I already know how you're beating part 2 and 4. I already know how those are getting beaten without you even telling me. But part 1 and 3, I'll be really interested to see, especially 3. I'll be really interested to see what you do in that one.
Yeah, I mean, between now and when we record, I have to do some planning, because the way Chapter 17 works, I can't even record part 1 without having planned out, some pretty intricate moves for 2, 3, and 4. 4 especially, because where your units start out deployed is fixed in parts 2, 3, and 4 of Chapter 17. It's based on deployment order. And there's a couple of units who I want in specific spots in specific chapters. And thankfully, the only one who needs to be in a specific spot for 2 different chapters, it's kind of flexible which one she's in, so I might be able to finagle it, but everyone else has like pretty exact. I'm very excited for this chapter, but I have to do a lot more planning than I already have. But
I think we'll
tackle that next time. We'll tackle that next time. We have a lot to say about Chapter 17. And by the end of it, hopefully Jacob will enjoy the chapter a little bit less.
We'll enjoy the fireworks.
Toodles poodles.
Bye-bye.